We are boarding the cruise. Charleston. Actually, we're checking in right now. What up, my people? So I figured I'd do a quick little commentary over the video. We took the Carnival Sunshine out of Charleston. So what's kind of cool about this is one of the very last trips this ship will make out of Charleston. So first thing you got to do is check out your room. We had a window view room of the ocean. And obviously once you get done checking out your room, you got to go explore the ship. Check out all the places to eat, all the venues, the things to do on board. After exploring the ship, it's basically time to set sail. So when you set sail, you obviously want to be onto the top deck to see the view and watch everything go by and say goodbye. Because then, before you know it, you're in the open ocean and there's nothing you're going to see. After breakfast in the morning, we came back to this towel inn. And then we got to port after a full day of sailing, and here we are in the Bahamas, Nassau specifically. So Nassau's port actually just got a recent big renovation, so we came at the perfect time to see renovations and everything they have done to the port. I loved it. If you've ever been there recently when they did the renovations, let me know in the comments below. So we also checked out this little boardwalk right in front of Senor Frog's. And obviously one of the big things for the Bahamas is the water. So we had to check that out a couple different times and just looked at the view. After that, we actually took a walk over to Margaritaville, which is about 15 minutes walk from the port specifically. And once again, we checked out some of the amazing views of the water. And the water is actually more blue over here since it wasn't all stirred up from the boat coming in the morning. One of the next things we did, we explored the streets of Nassau. We walked up the hill till we got to this place. Now, this is essentially a watchtower for the pirate Blackbeard. How crazy is that? So we just explored that, walked around it, checked out all the views. And what was cool is from up here, you could actually see the cruise and basically all of Nassau and where the cruise port is. After that, we went to the Queen's Staircase, which, little bad history here, this was actually 66 steps carved out of solid limestone by over 600 slaves around 1793 and 1794. It provided a direct route from Fort Fincastle to Nassau. This is a super popular history landmark, and whether it's good or bad. After that, we kind of walked Nassau some more and headed back to the port so we could go back on the boat and obviously get to what we do best, which is eating. We started to take off from Nassau, and it's always a cool kind of checking out your views as you say goodbye. And when we started to set sail once again after we left Nassau, the sun was just starting to go down, so we actually had an amazing sunset view as we set sail. Just look at that view, guys. Have you ever taken a cruise and seen a sunset on it? It's one of the best parts. Next day, we actually visited Princess Cays, and this is such a small island, they don't even have a port per se. So we actually had to hop on a ferry and take that ferry shore and check out these views, guys. Oh my gosh, I love the Bahamas. Have you ever been to the Bahamas? Let me know. Just look at it, guys. I mean, it was probably perfect weather for when we went. Once again, this is in November, at the very end of November, right as Thanksgiving is going on. And I cannot say it enough. It was the most perfect weather that we actually experienced here on Princess Cays in the Bahamas. Then once again, we had to get some eating. And before we know it, we were actually heading back onto the ship. So we actually, once again, had to simply jump onto a ferry and take that ferry back to our boat. So this is another cool little experience that we got to experience when going on the Carnival Sunshine out of Charleston to Princess Cays. We got ourselves hungry and we actually hit the sushi place. Later that night, there was a big party up top, and once again, we're back to watching the sunset on the boat as we are heading back. We had a full day of sailing back to Charleston. I'm going to say it again. One of the best parts of a cruise is the open ocean sunsets. What are your favorite parts of taking a cruise? Just look at these views. Man, it's amazing.